been attacked more than any other freshman member of Congress in United States history. I lost my personal campaign Twitter account and was banned. Do you want to know why? Because I tweeted out the truth about COVID-19. I said that the COVID vaccine should not be FDA approved. I talked about all the...
And now they're going on about Russia and Vladimir Putin is Hitler, and they say that's not a good thing. And I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. But what other way is there to say it? Of course we know that's a terrible comparison.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and Marjorie Trainwreck Greene spoke at a political conference this past Friday, an event hosted by white nationalists where the crowd cheered for Russia and the host praised Adolf Hitler. I think that's worth pausing for a moment to reflect on what I just stated. And make no mistake, do your research. Look carefully. These are not characterizations I'm offering. These are cold, hard facts.
And you want to know the secret? To borrow a phrase from a friend of mine, our secret sauce here, it's these young white men. America and the world has forgotten about them, but not us. You know, they say about America, they say, diversity is our strength, you know. And I look at China and I look at Russia. Can we give a round of applause for Russia? Yes. Absolutely, absolutely.
You cannot possibly pack more hatred, more stupidity, and more evil into such a short sentence. And this happens under the umbrella of one of the major political parties in this country. And that is what is utterly disgusting and should be to each and every one of us. And that's a fact. I served 24 years in the military, and that's a great source of pride because I tried to act in the interests of everyone's freedoms. And I come back home to where people want to give all of those freedoms away willingly to people like Marjorie Trainwreck Greene and the GQP, to issue power to people of blind and utter hate and take no shame in pandering to the worst of humanity, to leverage more votes, or to simply leverage the narrative in an effort to scrap people our democracy.
And that is why they want to replace you. Western, white culture is the majority culture to which even non-whites assimilate into today in many Western countries, and they're better off for it.
What more evidence do you need not to vote for someone? Public service is an honor that should have a very low margin of error and very small tolerance for what we will accept in those that represent us. White supremacy, pro-Russia, not to mention pro-Russia in a time when they were invading a sovereign nation in an unprovoked conquest attempt. Adolf Hitler? My God, how many warning signs do people need to know that you don't want to vote for a political party like this? Look, I understand there will always be a low-life percentage of the population, people that are criminally insane and need major psychiatric help, loaded with irrational hatred and all-consuming greed that prompts them to unthinkable actions. But when did these people start electing these people, praising them? Look at these rallies, even worshiping them. We are sitting here now looking at the evil empire of Russia invade and assault Ukraine, and sadly it could be foreshadowing events if we don't take immediate action upon ourselves. There was a time when world crises was used to forge Americans closer together. Just a little over 20 years ago when Al Gore had just recently conceded an unparalleled close election, and the horrors of 9/11 further unified this country in the common sentiments of peace and respect of neighbor. Do you see any of these qualities in the modern-day Republican Party? Hardly. In fact, quite the opposite. We see division at every turn, even deciding with enemies like Russia, hate groups like white nationalists, and demons like Adolf Hitler. These are the heroes of the modern-day Republican as defined by Republicans themselves. Marjorie Trainwreck Greene is an abomination of American democracy, and she is but a stooge to their Fuhrer, Donald Trump. Let it sink in the kind of things we're reporting on. This isn't normal political discourse. It's an attempted normalization of pure insanity into political discourse, right out of their hero's dictatorship playbook. Divide with propaganda, finger point, show hatred, and then conquer. Putin is aggressing it forward right now, and the GQP is salivating at their next attempt. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.